What's up, my PT peeps? One Eye Bri back to talk about The Walking Dead Season 7 and do a discussion about Daryl and how he will escape. Spoiler warning if you're not up to date on the show, Season 7, and just Daryl in general. So if you don't want to know, stop watching now because we're going to talk about potential spoilers and things that are likely to occur on the show. Now, since the Season 7 started, Daryl's been a prisoner of Negan and the Saviors, which is a tough predicament to be in, and they're trying to break him down. He's breaking down, but not broken by any means by Dwight. And we all know Daryl has to escape. He can't be a prisoner forever for a long period of time. Come on, we need Daryl Dixon being with Rick and being a badass and getting revenge on these Saviors. But who do you think helps him? How does he escape? Because he's going to need help. He can't just do it himself. He can't just walk right out of there. He tried to do it when Fat Joey tried to, leave the door open as a trick, and he got away and got captured, and it was all a setup, trying to break him. But Daryl's not going to be Negan. He's going to be Daryl Dixon. Now, who do you think would help Daryl? Could be Dwight and Sherry are my two best guesses, because he has to have help by people in the sanctuary who know how to get him out. Daryl's going to be in his cell, comes out for whatever activities or things he has to do, and his job, I guess, and he has to get help. I would think Sherry helps him because she feels bad for taking his bike and dicking him over, basically, and she's probably going to make up for it. I could see her helping him escape in some form or fashion. We got some information about that, and we'll share at the end, and it's an unknown person. We don't know, but my guess would be either Dwight or Sherry because they're the ones connected with him. It's not going to be someone else. Now, Season 7, Episode 7 is going to be about Carl and Jesus and Negan and the Saviors, and some people think that Carl could help and Jesus could help. Well, it's highly unlikely that Jesus can help him because he's going to be in the back of the truck with Carl trying to get to the sanctuary and the Saviors, but he decides that he's going to bail out and just do reconnaissance and see where the sanctuary is, kind of take a sneak peek, check out what the information is, survey the scene, and then get out of there. So he's probably not going to have the opportunity to help Daryl, which, even though he would be a good person, where he's going to find the landmarks of where the sanctuary is and go back when the time is right, when they have the numbers or when it's stealth and whatever, not in broad daylight like they're going right now. He talks to Carl to say, we should jump out of here. Carl stays on the truck. So Carl's an option, but Jesus is not, because as you can see, he bails out of the truck and isn't going to the sanctuary at all, which takes him out of the running, because if you're not at the sanctuary, how can you help Daryl? He's out, takes a role, and he's not going to be a possibility for it, which I think makes sense because Jesus is not stupid. He's actually really smart and stealth-like and just going to be hiding when it's necessary and kind of wants to get in and get out quickly. He doesn't try to have a big brawl and a big fight, which I understand. It makes sense, and I think it's smart of that. So I would say that Jesus is definitely out to help Daryl escape from the sanctuary, which kind of sucks, but it makes sense. Now, like I said before, Carl's in the truck, and Carl stays in the truck and goes to the sanctuary. Jesus bails out, but Carl sticks to it and stays with it. He finds some guns, so he takes out some Saviors, but does he help Daryl in the process? I just don't know, because he's going to be occupied with Negan. He's going to get to the sanctuary and have to be escorted around by a chaperone Negan, basically, to get a tour of the sanctuary. It's going to be comic book stuff. So does he get any chance to help him? Does he get any chance to see Daryl? Does he even see Daryl at all? I don't know. Daryl's definitely at the sanctuary. He's in without the other people. I don't know exactly what's going on here. We got to find out on Sunday. But Daryl is there and will get help from somebody. Doesn't seem likely to be Carl, because Carl's going to be with Negan, and the way Daryl will escape is when Negan is occupied and the other Saviors are occupied, he can slip away and get away on there. So with Negan making Carl sing him a song and take his eye patch out and giving him a tour and showing him a bunch of things, I just think that's the opportunity for it. So I doubt Carl has any opportunity to help him, because the way the person helps him is giving him a note with the key in it, and I doubt that Carl could have opportunity to get the key. It's actually the motorcycle key, so we'll talk about that in a second. But when The Saviors are occupied with the distraction of Carl, possibly, or some other distraction that may occur, or Daryl waits to get in the middle of the night, or something that he's going to have some help to do it. Now, is it likely that it's Dwight? It could be. Dwight looks down every time he's at the sanctuary, and we see this of him. He's not happy with the sanctuary, and he might want to help Daryl. This might be the start of them joining forces, of Dwight joining Rick's group. This might be the start of Dwight and Rick getting that. Say, I helped Daryl escape. You got to trust me on this. I could definitely see that. It could be him and Sherry working together, or just Sherry, because the way we got information is pretty awesome, and I can't wait to see it in the episode. Because Daryl supposedly gets a folded piece of paper slid under his door. He finds a motorcycle key in it with a matchstick taped to it, and one word: go. So is the motorcycle key? I would assume it's his motorcycle key that he got, that Daryl had, but Dwight has now, so he knows how to whatever. But I think that would make sense. Is it Sherry that gives it to him? The only people I think would have access to that bike is Dwight. So does Dwight give the key to Sherry? Does Sherry steal it from him? Does something happen? I don't know. Hopefully we find out what goes on with it. But it's a unknown person that slides the note under Daryl's door, and we don't find out supposedly who it is. So I can't wait to find out either way how he gets out. Hopefully it happens in probably season 7, episode 8. I would think episode 8 it happens, but we need Daryl to get on his bike and ride, get away. I would assume he'll get to the hilltop, because the hilltop seems to be the closest in location. Probably get to the hilltop, hide with Sasha and Maggie. Maybe he sees Jesus along the way or something. I don't know. Those are just hypotheses and predictions. Man bun, dreads, shaggy look, Rick haircut. What do you like best, guys? Like, share, subscribe. Let us know what you think about Daryl escaping, how he gets out, and what do you think happens, guys. Thank you for watching, and you guys are awesome.